to Rockingham, North Carolina. This is the third race of the season. I kind of knew that my battery has been on its way out. Now I have a new battery. I'm going to swap that out and pull the car out and start preparing for tomorrow. One of the big differences between this event compared to others was that I began to socialize with the other drivers. It all started with a bonfire the night before racing. So due to the weather, they postponed today until 1 o'clock. I'm not sure what they're going to do about today's program because it's supposed to rain early afternoon, so I'm not sure how much we're going to get in today. So we'll find out at the drivers' meeting exactly what the plan is going to be. Things are going to be different for this event, as it was actually 2 days of racing. At the drivers' meeting, they announced that Saturday would be Boost and Juice, Bracket, and Rookie class, and on Sunday would be all the other index classes, where I'd be running the 12.5 second direct connection street class. I couldn't shift at all in Orlando. And in Virginia, I had to shift manually. With a new wheel speed sensor from True Street Performance, I was hoping all my transmission problems were in the past. Everyone was lined up and it was time for first round qualifying for bracket class. So my first pass went well. I ran a 12:56 off the trailer. Reaction time was about 0.4, not that great. I actually just learned a lot about reaction time from speaking to Gary from dragcoach.com. I don't know how I didn't know this, but I found out that essentially your reaction time gets added on to your ET. So if you run a 12.5 and your reaction time is 0.2, your total package is a 12.7. This would change my entire strategy moving forward. This is going to be my first qualifying pass for the 1250 index for today. I linked up with Gary. We're going to work on my reaction time, and this is going to be the first time that I try deep staging. Deep staging is when you're going to light your second bulb, you light that bulb and you go a little bit further until it shuts off. So if you're running a little bit fast, this will slow you down a little bit and give you a better reaction time. But you have to be careful because it's very easy to red light. So it does take practice and it is harder than it looks.
Let him light his first bulb first before you do anything. When he lights his first one, do your thing. Try to get in there as deep as you can, get set and go.
I ran a 12.64. I took the win. I had better reaction time than before. It was my first time trying the deep stage. Now I'm just waiting for the second qualifying pass of bracket class. So I improved my reaction time dramatically. It's probably the lowest it's ever been at a 1:39. It was definitely a nice change to work with a pro. I feel like in 3 qualifying passes working with Gary, I learned more in 3 events. I wish I could have linked up with him earlier in the season, but I'm happy I'm with him now. And if you're a rookie heading into your first Hemi Shootout event, he's definitely someone you're going to want to get a hold of.
All right, so here's what you're gonna do. Get in there nice like we did before. You lead first, okay? Keep that in mind. So you're gonna see the tree first. Go ahead, move up. He's having issues, okay? But listen, if you get down there and you don't think he's gonna catch you, like start pedaling the car. All right, don't smack the brakes, just pedal it, okay? Just a couple times. Don't you wanna try to close it up so like his front tire is at your door, okay? Don't let him get further than that, all right?
because it's getting later, temperatures are dropping, track conditions are changing. The track's been cold for a while, it got rained on, so everything's different. I haven't experienced this since my first experience in Virginia. I remember we had a delay as well, and we ended up going into the night, and I blew the tires off. Didn't really do that well. Hopefully I can adjust to the changing conditions properly. I'm going to be changing my 1263 dial-in time. I'm not sure what time I'm going to go with yet. I'm waiting on Gary. He's been coaching me today, so I'm going to wait on his input. But for now, I'm just going to erase the time. He's checking out the track right now, seeing how everyone else is running, and then we're going to choose a new time and go from there. I advanced to the second round of bracket class, so that's a first for me. And we'll see how far I can take things. We had some more rain delays. Someone had some damage on the track, dropped some oil, so we have to wait for that to get cleaned up. So it's the second elimination rounds for bracket. Before I dialed in at a 1263 and I ran a 1262.5. I would have been disqualified, but my competitor red lit, so he got disqualified. Now the temperatures have dropped. I'm hoping to run a better time, so I went back to a 1256. We'll see what happens. It ended up being the right call to lower my dial-in time. I should have lowered it a little bit more. I ended up breaking out, running too fast, and got disqualified. It was unfortunate, but you know what? I've come a long way with my Junkyard 300. Finally, the car is working right. I'm getting coached by Gary. This is the first time that I had any confidence all season. I was looking forward to 12-5 eliminations tomorrow, and I had a special guest who was coming to hang out with me. This is going to be our last qualifying pass for the 12-5. I'm going to continue doing what I was doing yesterday, just making adjustments. Trying the deep stage, see if I can improve the reaction time.
What'd you get?
All right, so I ran a 1262 with a 253 reaction time. So definitely an improvement from the reaction times I've been getting, because it's typically been over 4. Yesterday I did get into the 100s once, but 253, I'll take it. Still kind of slow at 1262. I'm going to talk to Coach Gary and see if we're going to do any changes to make me pick the car up a little bit. Boom. So I didn't get into the hundreds, but
all right, so 253 is better. I told you it was going to go back to a 60. I said 64, come up 62. So your 60 foot's a little faster than it was yesterday, but everything looked good. The light's good. You treated your opponent, so you would have won that round if that was an elimination round. So other than that, I mean, we're ready to go.
Right before I'm about to head out to first round eliminations, my special guest showed up, Chief Donut Maker Preston Patterson. But before we had a chance to really hang out for the day, it was back to business. I had first round eliminations of the direct connection street class. I lucked out and got a bye for the first round. My opponent had to leave, so I had no one to verse. So I basically looked at it as a test pass with free points. They called everyone up to the staging lane so you could find out who you're paired with. It would be very important for me to take Chris out early on. Since Chris was the points leader, it'd be very beneficial to me for my points championship to take him out and me move on.
see the 300. The 300 was rolling, so it was trying to push the beam, and the tree dropped, and he got lucky that it didn't go red.
Yeah.
He did a really bad job of red light, is what he did over here. But no, he made a good lap, and it was 66 again. The car's consistent, so he's got a practice car. We just got to get this working down here.
How'd you feel on that?
Well, the worst part of this was when she went to give me the slip and said congratulations, and then said oops. Oh, thank you. Oh, but it was pretty cool. Like, we had the exact same reaction time, 2:01. I just fell a little short. He had a 12:56, I had a 12:66. So he got me by 1/10 of a second. But not bad, you know, disappointing, but it is what it is. You know, maybe if I had a little less weight and thinking about, you know, what I could have done to make up for that time that I lost by, you know, I think I had a little too much gas in today that, you know, that could contribute to it. Maybe there's other few small things I could have done to shave off another 40, 50 pounds that may have made the difference to get the win. So, lesson learned, and I got a Chief donut maker that I'm going to be going after next. So, we'll see how that goes. Before our race, Preston would get one practice run in. And honestly, without ever running that car on a drag strip before and using street tires, he did great. And now it's time for us to race.
What I'll do is I'll pull you up into the water, okay? I'll get you just out of the water, do your burnout, just a little baby burnout, you know, and then I'm gonna kind of pull you out of the groove since we got radials on. We don't want to mess the track up, and I'll pull you up, like I'll be standing like right here, and I'll pull you up to where you're about that far from the beam. Okay. So the first light. Okay. So all you gotta do is just bump it a little forward, and that first light will come on, and just do your stage procedure. Like I said, just give it that nice, easy. You know, we don't want it to start spinning, shaking, you know, anything like that.
I got the win this time around, but to be fair, I did get a little bit of handicap, and it was his first time running the car. Hopefully we could run it back before the end of the season. Overall, I'm very happy with how the weekend went. No, I know I didn't walk away with a win, but I'm happy with the progress that I'm making. You know, that's what I said since day one. This is all about progress. I'm making progress. The car's making progress. The shop's making progress. I'm just going to continue to move forward. You know, I'm happy that I'm working with Gary from dragcoach.com. I think that he's really going to help me. He helped me out so much already, and I'm very grateful for all his assistance. My strategy for Kansas is going to be to shed a little bit of weight. I was a little too fast in Virginia. Now I'm a little too slow in North Carolina. What I've noticed as the weather changes, it's getting hotter out, the DA is getting higher, so my car's getting a little bit slower. So I'm going to shed some weight and hopefully go to Kansas with a winning combination. So we're here at Modern Hemi Shootout in North Carolina. I got Preston, Chief Donut Maker here. Preston, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Nice to actually shake your hand.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
So this is a unique opportunity because you have a position at Dodge that's never existed before. So you have the opportunity to make it your own. What are your plans as Chief Donut Maker? How are you going to represent the brand, and what are your plans for the next year?
That's a good question. I plan to represent the brand by showing face first and foremost, trying to be at as many events as I can, shake as many hands as possible, and build that camaraderie, which we know the Brotherhood of Muscle is built on. What I plan to do, my vision, is to try to take some of the action that we see on the streets, off the street, get it to a drag strip. B, try to do something to reach the younger generation, the underserved generation. Build a program around that to be able to start them early to learn about these vehicles and just the engineering that go into it. And then I think my last thing is just trying to do some kick-ass donuts.
All right.
Yeah. So
I can support all of that.
Okay.
I know how you're going to do the donuts.
Yep.
Do you have any plans so far? How are you going to approach your other 2 goals with the kids and, you know, getting people to go to the track and be safe?
Yeah, I would love to do something as far as a campaign to maybe take some younger kids, or not necessarily kids, just some younger people, right? Some of the younger generation, take them to a track and introduce them to drag racing personally. Introduce them to being able to slide your cars at events. Maybe take them to a drift event or something like that and say, this is where you do things like that at. An ideal as far as reaching the underserved and the younger generation, I would love to create a STEM program. The STEM program would be something where, let's say for instance, you were trying to go to college, right? You wanted to get into building these vehicles and designing them, aerodynamics, tires, whatever you want to do with the vehicle. I would love to have a program where, let's say your age range, I'll have 2 trailers. One will be an immersion trailer and one would be a experience trailer. Immersion trailer would immerse you into the brand, where you will learn how the vehicles are made. You will learn the insides and out. You will start learning like specs on the engine, what turns the steering wheel, what makes the wheels from the steering wheel turn, what's in that area, how do you make the rear axle span from the drive shaft, stuff like that, right? And then once you leave that immersion trailer of what it is, then we would go into our experience trailer, where you then will use a simulator to apply of some of what you just learned from that immersion trailer into an actual simulation to try to, you know, run a fast time at a track, or maybe to get that extra degree at the track slide or something like that. So that's like my high level ideal. You know, I can obviously flesh that out as I need to, but that's what I would love to see happen.
One of the things, like kind of what I'm doing, is showing, I was talking before, it's not easy to drag race, but it's easy to get started.
Absolutely.
And when you come to an event like the Hemi Shootout, if it's your first time at the Hemi Shootout, you race for free.
Yep.
There's a rookie class, and they're trying to do that, but people don't know that it even exists.
Nope.
I didn't even know until I started coming here, so that's what I'm trying to put some spotlight on.
And I didn't know until I came today. So there you go.
So I think that could be, you know, an approach, is tell them, hey, look, you can go for free.
Yep.
And they'll teach you, and you don't have to do what you're doing. You don't have to put lives at risk. You don't have to get arrested. You know, there's a place built for this, and it's very easy to get started. At least it's going to take time to develop your skill and get to, you know, the higher level to where you're winning races, but there's no shame in the game. Everyone's got to start at some point, and I think the Hemi Shootout is a great place to do that. So if you could bring some of those younger generations here, and then, you know, expand from that, have them tell their friends, hey, we got places to go, you know, and show, you know, what being a Mopar owner is actually about.
Yeah, and this is it. This is where we are today, is Mopar. This is it, you know. So I agree with you 100%. I'm gonna do my best to try to do that 100% and use my platform to reach that younger audience. So awesome. That's my promise to you.
All right, awesome. I hope you stick with it. Good luck. Absolutely. And congratulations again.
Thank you. Yes, sir.